Ethel McGinty was the kind of grandmother who kept her dentures in a glitter-covered Altoids tin labeled Epic Loot. On Tuesday nights, she hosted bridge, but on Friday nights, her living room became a command center of glowing keyboards, ergonomic pillows, and a crockpot full of macaroni capable of fueling a small army. The neighbors believed the racket was a weekly bingo blowout. They had no idea Ethel and her friends had formed the Granny Gamers League, or GGL, and were about to enter the most prestigious online tournament in the Northern Hemisphere, the Battle for Bits Invitational. The GGL's roster read like a lineup of war heroes who'd traded rifles for RGB mice. There was Gladys Beaumont, callsign Glad OS, a retired chemistry teacher whose knowledge of toxic clouds translated seamlessly into perfect area of effect spell placement. Dolores Lagless Lola Rivera, an ex-postal worker who could calculate courier routes across the map with the same dead-eye accuracy she once used to deliver packages before sunrise. Mabel Sinclair, who still carried a screenshot in her wallet of the time she soloed a boss while her granddaughter was busy Snapchatting. And finally, Ethel herself, known in-game as Ether Nana, healer extraordinaire and founder of the GGL. What united them, beyond questionable crocheted controller cozies, was a single goal: to take down the reigning champions of the Battle for Bits, a swaggering troupe of teenage streamers collectively called Team Hypebyte. Hypebyte's fanbase numbered in the millions. Their clips dominated social media, each kill punctuated by air horn sound effects and a filter that caused cartoon sunglasses to drop over their avatars' eyes. They were fast, cocky, and deeply convinced that age began at 25 and ended at 26. When the tournament bracket was announced, an audible gasp rolled through the live stream chat as the grandmas were slotted directly against Hypebyte in round 1. Comments scrolled so quickly they blurred. Grannies about 2 get wrecked. Someone call the retirement home. I didn't know I'd get to watch a history lesson tonight. Ethel paused mid-sip of chamomile tea, adjusted her bifocals, and cracked her knuckles in a way that suggested orthopedic revenge. Pre-battle preparation. The grandma's new raw reflexes favored youth. To compensate, they engineered training regimes that would make esports coaches rethink their careers. Gladys installed a doorbell that rang every 20 minutes. Each time it chimed, the women performed a 5-second micro-stretch, flexing fingers like synchronized pianists to stave off carpal tunnel. Mabel discovered that shifting the DPI on her mouse to whatever that means but faster sharpened her aim if she imagined the crosshairs were spots on the carpet her Roomba always missed. Meanwhile, Dolores built a spreadsheet titled Snack Latency Optimization, mapping sugar intake to reaction times. According to her findings, red licorice provided a short burst of speed, but led to shaky targeting, whereas oatmeal cookies produced sustained vigilance with minimal crash. The night before the tournament, Dolores delivered her final conclusion. We peak at oatmeal plus half of Werther's original every 30 minutes. Science has spoken. Ethel's contribution was subtler. She'd kept every strategy guide she'd ever bought since 1983, each page meticulously laminated. She created a tactical binder for each teammate, color-coded, with sticky notes that read things like, Rome top our 715, and remember they always forget to ward the shrubbery because teenagers don't do yard work. She ended every meeting with, ladies, let's remind them who invented the pause button. Hypebyte's counter-strategy. On the other side of cyberspace, Team Hypebyte prepared in an entirely different fashion. Tyler, XX Dragon Twitter to XX O'Neill, cranked dubstep so loud his desk vibrated like a cheap carnival ride. Finn, Vape Lord Finn Park, simultaneously live-streamed his practice and unboxed a mystery crate of energy drinks, taste-testing each can between kills. Sasha, the Slayer. Kim scroll-talked with fans while painting tiny neon flames on her headset. The youngest member, Ben Bugsy Patel, pored over their opponent's public match history. "Guys," Bugsy announced over Discord, "these grannies have a 70% objective control rate, and one of them uses smoke bombs like she's running a tear gas factory." "That's adorable," Sasha replied, attaching a flame decal to her webcam. "But old people do one thing really well: nap. We run an early game blitz, crack their morale, and they'll be in bed before curfew." Tyler nodded, half listening as he tried a victory dance for his next TikTok. Make it flashy. The viewers love flashy. Match day, Game 1. The Battle for Bits Invitational streamed from a virtual coliseum, wherein every player's avatar towered 50 feet tall on holographic screens. Commentators Marv, Mustache, Delgado, and Kiara K-Dubs. Watkins provided play-by-play. "Here come the Granny Gamers League," Marv boomed, as pixel fireworks framed 4 elderly avatars sporting fashionable cardigans over cyber armor. "Look at those pensioner personas, K-Dubs." Kiara laughed. "Don't sleep on the cardigans, Marv. Rumor is they have +5 cozy and +10 resilience." Across the arena, Team Hypebyte's avatars backflipped onto the stage, leaving trails of emoji confetti. The crowd of online spectators erupted with floating emotes, flexed biceps, exploding brains, the occasional jar of prune juice for comedic effect. At the horn, both teams spawned into the swirling fantasy landscape of Galaxy of Goblins 7. Hypebyte executed a speed strategy, racing toward the central objective, the Crystal of Clout. Their plan was to score an early capture, flood the kill feed, and demoralize the Grandmas. Dolores had predicted this. From spawn, she took an alternate route with a mount so slow her avatar was basically power walking. Twitch chat spammed. Granny GPS malfunction. Unbeknownst to them, Dolores was exploiting a niche mechanic. Her courier class gained double buffs if it delivered a package in under 3 minutes without using a mount. She strolled. Delivered. Buffs triggered. Hypebyte's bottom lane suddenly found themselves pelted by lightning-fast shipments of hurt. Meanwhile, Mabel patrolled the top lane, brandishing a warhammer the size of a Buick. Tyler charged at her, streaming the encounter straight to 50,000 viewers. "Watch me 360! No-scope this Nana!" he crowed. Mabel sidestepped, planted the hammer, and sent Tyler's avatar flying into a pit of virtual quicksand, labeled the Gloopy Gardener. The kill feed flashed. Maul Mabel. Hammer time. Has slain XX Dragon 420 VSX. Chat went ballistic. A wall of LOL and clip icons. Gladys, cackling over voice chat, smoked out Sasha and Finn in middle lane with a perfectly placed cloud of caustic camphor. The teens coughed and died as their health bars dissolved. Kiara shouted, "That's some old-school crowd control!" Marv added, "Glado has clearly kept her periodic table handy!" Ethel stayed hidden, healing and boosting teammates with grandmotherly phrases that popped up as on-screen aura text. "Did you eat enough?" Provided 10% health regen to allies. "I worry about you driving in this weather. Slowed enemies by 20%. By the 15-minute mark, the Crystal of Clout belonged to GGL. Game 1 ended in what esports analysts called a geriatric stomp. The official scoreboard, festooned with digital doilies, read 1-0 to the Grandmas. Between games, trash talk. During the mandatory 10-minute intermission, Hypebyte's stream went into damage control. Tyler blamed lag. Finn explained that his webcam's ring light was glaring off his monitor. Sasha insisted she had misclicked because her manicure wasn't fully dry. Ben quietly considered updating his resume. The Grandmas muted their headsets and poured tea. Dolores hummed a mariachi tune. Ethel leafed through her binder, nodding approvingly. Remember, we're here to have fun, she reminded, then added, and to vaporize any whippersnapper who calls us boomer. Game 2. The counterblow. Humiliated hype bite, abandoned showmanship for raw aggression. Game 2 began with a level 1 5-man invade. An all-chat message popped up. Time for bed Gramps. Their avatars appeared in GGL's jungle like caffeinated hornets. Mabel, unusually silent, typed into team chat and set traps in the shrubbery. They weren't virtual explosives. They were decoys disguised as coupon booklets floating above the grass. Curious, Tyler's avatar clicked on one. His screen filled with pop-ups offering 50% off dental floss. He frantically mashed escape, but each closed window spawned 2 more. Meanwhile, the grandmas pounced. The fight exploded with particle effects and comedic sound cues, courtesy of Gladys' custom mods. Each spell now said "Ope!" like a Midwestern apology. Hype bites scrambled, but their invades staggered. Still, teens had stamina and a secret weapon. The patch 9.14 Teenage Kicks update had introduced a hero skin only Tyler owned, giving him a once-per-match rewind ability. Moments before his avatar would perish, Tyler flicked the key. Time reversed 5 seconds. Back in real time, he kited Mabel and Gladys simultaneously, while a fountain of emojis poured from his cape. The crowd adored it. Kiara narrated, "Dragon rewinds the clock! Nana Squad in trouble!" The grandma's monitors filled with particle blur, overwhelming even Ethel's high-contrast mode. Slowly, inexorably, Hypebite seized objectives, racked up kills, and closed Game 2. The series tied 1-1. Twitch chat erupted. Youth, come back! Okay, Granny's nap time. Granny gamers huddle. The deciding game. 3 loomed. Ethel massaged the ache in her wrist. Ladies, we've got one advantage left. Coupons, Mabel guessed. Better, Ethel replied. She opened a weathered manila envelope marked, "For emergencies only 1998. Inside lay scribbled cheat codes from an era when games shipped with instruction manuals and hope. The code in question unlocked a hidden feature still dormant in Galaxy of Goblins 7. Throwback mode, rumored to enable pixelated graphics and disable modern fancy abilities, like Tyler's precious rewind. Is it legal? Dolores asked. Ethel smiled. It's not illegal if the devs left it in, and I still have the manual. The grandmas entered the code simultaneously during the match load screen. The arena flickered, color palettes downgrading to blocky 16-bit nostalgia. The commentators panicked. Folks, we appear to have been teleported to 1994, Marv sputtered. My mustache is now a single pixel. Kiara mashed keys. Production confirms neither team violated rules. It's a legacy Easter egg. We're rolling with it. Tyler's voice crackled over all chat. What did you do, old-timers? My graphics card cost more than your car. Gladys retorted, At least my car still has a CD player, dear. Game 3. Throwback mode. Movement slowed. Particle effect spam vanished. Reflex gamers used to motion blur now confronted crisp sprites where every animation frame mattered. Hypebite's avatars wobbled like confused Minecraft characters. Ben the Analyst adapted first, toggling settings and guiding teammates. But every attempt to perform flashy combos failed. Those hotkeys hadn't existed in 1994. Conversely, the grandmas thrived. They'd spent formative years on games where jumps were arcs of 3 frames, and timing wasn't measured in milliseconds, but in when the cartridge feels ready. Ethel's healer sprite resembled a lavender-haired cleric, brandishing what looked suspiciously like a ladle. Each heal emitted a cheerful bloop. Dolores' courier morphed into a mailbag with legs, twice as fast in lo-fi. Mabel's hammer became a 32-pixel mallet that hit like a flip phone thrown by an angry parent. Still, Hypebyte refused to surrender. Tyler led a split push, rapping on his desk for each button press like an impatient woodpecker. Sasha pulled off a clever pick on Gladys when the chem mage overextended. Momentum swung again. Then Mabel typed, "Time for Grandma's strafe." The teammates giggled. The phrase referenced a now obscure movement exploit removed from modern patches. In throwback mode, it returned. By alternating perfectly timed diagonal inputs, Mabel moved twice as fast without triggering auto attacks, a high-skill mechanic she'd practiced on DOS. She zipped across the map and bonked the Crystal of Clout, while Hypebyte focused bottom lane. The announcer roared, "Backdoor attempt!" But it was already too late, just as the teens realized. Ethel cast Early Bird Supper, a global buff that accelerated ally attack speed at 4:30 p.m. System time. Somehow synced to her computer's clock, the crystal shattered. GGL secured the win and the match. Post-game mayhem. A deluge of reaction gifs rained upon Twitch. Boomerangs of dentures clacking in applause. Looped footage of Mabel swinging her mallet, slow clapping Oprah, and a particularly popular clip of Sasha staring in disbelief. Captioned, "When Grandma knows the Konami code." The official broadcast cut to virtual podiums. The Grandma's avatars stood atop, each raising a trophy shaped like an enormous USB stick. Confetti, retextured to resemble snowflakes that wouldn't tax the 16-bit graphics, fluttered around them. Interview with the victors. Kiara managed to wrangle the winners into a post-game interview. Their webcams revealed real living rooms, floral wallpaper, tea cozies, and a tabby cat batting at Mabel's mouse cord. "Congratulations. Any words for your fans?" Kiara asked. Gladys pushed her glasses higher. "Wear sunscreen. Do the tutorial. Read the patch notes. In that order." Dolores added, "I'd like to thank Oatmeal for its sustained energy. Oh, and hi to my bridge club. See you Tuesday unless we scrim." Ethel leaned closer, her face too near the camera. "To the young folks out there, remember, experience isn't just measured in hours played. Sometimes it's in decades lived. Also, tidy your cables. You'll trip." The chat spammed hearts. Hashtags. Glorious Grannies and Age Buff trended within minutes. Reckoning for Hypebyte. Meanwhile, Hypebyte's stream turned into a therapy session. Tyler blamed the retro graphics. Finn scrolled forums searching for someone to fault. Sasha, begrudgingly respectful, said, "GG's, they outmeted us." Ben posted a tweet, "Respect your elders. They invented cheese strats and cheese." Sponsors didn't abandon Hypebyte. Instead, they struck brand deals with the grandmas, sensing marketing gold. Within a week, the GGL appeared in an ad for joint support gaming chairs. Tagline, "For knees and KDs." Mabel guest starred on a late-night show, demonstrating a hammer combo on a watermelon. The clip reached 6 million views. Epilogue. Leveling up life. Victory didn't slow the grandmas. They founded a mentorship program pairing seniors with youth in co-op campaigns. The inaugural session matched Ethel with a shy 13-year-old Maya, who had faster clicks than Tyler but lacked confidence. Under Ethel's tutelage, Maya learned the crucial art of self-heal and the even more crucial art of taking scheduled stretch breaks. Tyler, nursing bruised pride, queued into a public match weeks later and found himself lane-partnered with Gladys. She pretended not to recognize him, guiding him through effective ward placement. Partway through, Tyler typed, "CX, coach!" Gladys smiled behind her monitor. Maybe the real victory wasn't the trophy, but bridging generations with bandwidth. One evening, the entire GGL gathered on voice chat for a friendly custom game. Grandmas on one side, teens on the other, mixed and merry. The loading screen displayed an in-game notification. Legacy mode remains available as long as players remember. Ethel read it aloud, savoring the sentiment. Dolores cleared her throat. Who's ready for overtime cookies? Sasha answered. Only if we can add whipped cream. Tyler requested. Can you share that coupon trap code? Mabel laughed. Honey, it's not a code. It's a state of mind. And so, across pings and patches and decades, they queued again. Avatars sprinting toward digital horizons while the crockpot in Ethel's kitchen burbled contentedly. Out in the vast, neon-lit universe of online competition, new highlight reels waited to be captured, edited, clipped, memed, and cherished. For game after game, some things remained constant. Teamwork, laughter, and the unshakable truth that Grandma's still got game.